Alright, so what is this? This is a live stream. It's my first live stream, and why am I doing this? Well, I think that there are two reasons that kind of work together here. One of those things is I just have always been curious, like, what does it take to live stream? It seems like a completely different skill from making a video. You have to be willing to just talk a lot, I think. Who knows? We'll find out over the course of this live stream. So yeah, I've been curious what it takes to do a live stream, and B, a couple days ago I was listening to a podcast from the Video Game History Foundation, and they were talking with Roberta Williams, who is one of the founders of Sierra Online, who is a company that made a lot of the games that I loved when I was younger. She was talking about how this text-based adventure game called Colossal Cave had been this sort of catalyzing event in her life. Like, she started playing this thing on a teletype machine and just couldn't get enough of it. So I was kind of curious what that experience was like. What's the experience of playing a text-based adventure? I was also curious about live streaming, so I thought, why not just mix the two? So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try playing a game on a live stream and seeing how it goes. So we're going to start with Colossal Cave Adventure. As you can see, we're on the first screen here. This is what it would have been like if you were playing this on a computer back in the late 70s or early 80s, like if you were on an Apple II or something like that. So we start with the question, would you like instructions? Please answer the question. Would you like instructions? Yes, I would. So do I just enter yes? We'll find out. Somewhere nearby is Colossal Cave, where others have found fortunes and treasure and gold, though it is rumored that some winter are never seen again. Magic is said to work in the cave. I will be your eyes and hands. Direct me with commands of 1 or 2 words. I should warn you that I look at only the first 5 letters of each word, so you'll have to enter northeast as NE to distinguish it from north. Should you get stuck, type help or info for some general hints. You are standing at the end of a road before a small brick building. Around you is a forest. A small stream flows out of the building and down a gully. I'll say probably the first thing that stands out to me about this is just the fact that it tells you that it's only going to look at the first 5 letters of the word. Like, that seems that was unexpected. So we're standing at the end of a road before a small brick building. Around us is a forest, and a small stream flows out of the building down a gully. Maybe I can try just looking at the stream, I guess, okay, we're at the end of a road before a small brick building. Walk into building? Can I do, that's more than 1 or 2 words though. Enter building? You are inside a building, a well house for a large spring. There are some keys on the ground here. There's a shiny brass lamp nearby. There's tasty food here. There's a bottle of water here. Okay, so we're in this well house for the spring, and there are some keys on the ground. I'm going to take the keys. Okay. I'm going to take the lamp. Going to take the food. Not take the food, but take food. And take water. I'm going to try looking around. Okay, is it look that you don't, it says it doesn't know that word. I'm curious whether it's look that it doesn't know or around. I'm going to type in look and see what happens. Sorry, but I'm not allowed to give more detail. I will repeat the long description of your location. You are inside a building, a well house for a large spring. Turn on the lamp. I wish I could just ask, like, is it dark? I don't understand. Where? Okay. I'm going to type in help and see what kind of, like, basic commands might be available. I know of places, actions, and things. Most of my vocabulary describes places and is used to move you there. To move, try words like forest, building, downstream, enter, east, west, north, south, up, or down. I know about a few special objects like a black rod hidden in the cave. These objects can be manipulated using some of the action words I know. Usually you will need to give both the object and the action words in either order. Sometimes I can infer the object from the verb alone. Some objects also imply verbs. In particular, inventory implies take inventory, which causes me to give you a list of what you're carrying. The objects have side effects. For instance, the rod scares the bird. Usually people have trouble moving, just need to try a few more words. Usually people try unsuccessfully to manipulate an object are attempting something beyond their or my capabilities and should try a completely different tack. To speed the game, you can sometimes move long distances with a single word. For example, building usually gets you to the building from anywhere above ground except when lost in the forest. Also note that cave passages turn a lot and that leaving a room to the north does not guarantee entering the next from the south. Good luck. Okay. So, I think that the next thing I'm going to do is probably ask for an inventory. Even though I know what I've picked up, I just want to see like what that looks like. So we're going to give that a shot. Currently holding the following: set of keys, brass lantern, tasty food, small bottle, water in the bottle. I wonder if I could drink this water and fill it with water from the stream. So I'm going to drink the water. I hope I don't regret this. The bottle of water is now empty, so now I'm going to type fill bottle. Your bottle is now full of water. Yes! Okay, so it doesn't appear that there are any other rooms in this building. So I'm going to type, we can just type exit building. Okay. You are standing at the end of a road before a small brick building. Around you is a forest. A small stream flows out of the building and down a gully. Can I follow the stream? You are in a valley in the forest, beside a stream tumbling along a rocky bed. I just want to know what, like, it keeps telling me that I can do, like, move north, move east, move south, move west, but I actually have no idea what direction I'm facing. So I do want to ask, like, I wonder if I can just ask what direction am I facing. Right? What? What direction? Okay, let's just pick a direction and go. Let's say move south. Okay. I'm in a valley in the forest beside a stream tumbling along a rocky bed. Cross stream? It said stream what? I'm streaming right now. Okay. Let's try... Okay. Walk south. At your feet, all the water of the stream splashes into a 2-inch slit in the rock. Downstream, the stream bed is bare rock. That means I can probably cross downstream, so walk downstream. You are in a valley in the forest beside a stream tumbling along a rocky bed. Okay. Okay, so down. So I walked south, and that took me to the place where it said that stream bed is bare rock. Walk south again. You are in a 20-foot depression floored with bare dirt. Set into the dirt is a strong steel grate mounted in concrete. A dry stream bed leads into the depression. The grate is locked. Okay, so 20-foot depression, bare dirt. Set into the dirt is this grate. So let's just go ahead and unlock the grate. I feel like it's just going to, I can just type unlock grate because the grate is now unlocked. Open grate. Okay, well maybe enter grate? Okay, so now I don't know it. Okay, it says, so I tried unlock grate, open grate, and enter grate to be able to get into this thing. So maybe try walk south again. Or maybe go down. That worked. You were in a small chamber beneath a 3x3 steel grate to the surface. A low crawl over cobbles leads inward to the west. The grate is open. Okay, we're gonna go to the west. Go west. You are crawling over cobbles in a low passage. There is a dim light at the end of the passage. There is a small wicker cage discarded nearby. The wicker cage just sounds weird. Like, I can't. The only thing I can imagine that you would like, what would you put in a wicker cage? Like, it seems like maybe a bird cage or something like that. I don't know what this is, but should I take the? Maybe I'll just take the cage. Take cage. Okay, now I've got this cage. I'm assuming that we will use it to trap something at some point. So that is excellent. Okay. What's next? We're going to continue. There's a dim light at the east end of the passage. At the east end of the passage. There's a small wicker cage discarded nearby. Okay, so we've been moving west. I think the dim light then at the east end must be where we came from. So I'm going to move west again. It's now pitch dark. If you proceed, you will likely fall into a pit. Okay, now we've got this lamp. So can we use lamp? He doesn't understand use lamp. Light lamp. Your lamp is now on. You are in a debris-filled room with stuff washed in from the surface. A low, wide passage with cobbles becomes plugged with mud and debris here, but an awkward canyon leads upward and west. A note on the wall says, magic word, Zizzy. A 3-foot black rod with a rusty star on an end lies nearby. Okay, so probably should write this down somewhere. I'm going to open up my notepad. Okay, magic word, Zizzy. And I feel I'm probably going to use this notepad a lot, I'm guessing. Okay, so we know from the tutorial that the black rod scares a bird at some point, but I guess we're assuming that this is a magic wand because there's a star on the end of a black rod. Like that's a magic wand, right? Okay, I'm going to take the rod. I feel like I can't use the magic word without having a magic wand, so I'm going to do that. Okay. Our low wide passage has become plugged with mud and debris, but an awkward canyon leads upward and west, so we're going to continue to go west. You are in an awkward sloping east-west canyon. Continue to go west. I think we're heading up and out. I don't think we actually went that far down. I think it said it was like 3x3 or something. Okay, you are in a splendid chamber 30 feet high. The walls are frozen rivers of orange stone, an awkward canyon, and a good passage exit from east and west sides of the chamber. Okay, so we came in from the east side of the chamber. Go out the west side. A cheerful little bird is sitting here singing. Okay. It's interesting that they're frozen rivers of orange stone, an awkward canyon, and a good passage exit from east and west side. Okay. Listen to bird. Say the magic word. Says, okay, magic. Maybe if I just type in, say, Zizzy. Okay, Zizzy. Okay, I see what's going on there. It's just going to do that no matter what we type in after say. Okay, so got a cheerful little bird. Oh, we could put the bird in the bird cage. I assume that was a bird cage when we saw it the first time. But how? Okay, so open cage. Has no lock. Okay. Trap bird. I just feel like this will be kind of like the canary in the coal mine situation, where if we can put the bird in a cage, then it'll give us hints or something like that. Okay. I don't know how to get this bird into the cage. I'm certain that these two things are connected, though. Wave rod. Nothing happens. Drop rod. Okay. Inventory. Okay, wicker cage. Okay, we're gonna go west. At your feet is a small pit breathing traces of white mist. An east passage ends here, except for a small crack leading on. Rough stone steps lead down the pit. Okay, I'm gonna go back. You're in a splendid chamber 30 feet high. I'm not just gonna leave this bird here. Okay, let's try fake rod. Okay, let's try trap bird. Get bird. Oh, okay. Put bird in cage. This sounds like too much to ask. Yeah, okay. Cage bird. What do you want to do with the cage? I want to trap the bird. But I've got the bird. So maybe I can take the rod now. Okay. So I just have... Can I listen to the bird? Okay, we're gonna go west. I have the bird. It seems weird that I'm just walking around with a bird in my hands. At your feet is a small pit breathing traces of white mist. An east passage ends here, except for a small crack leading on. I don't actually know what that means, a small crack leading on. But we know that, like, basically our passage is coming to an end. We can go down, so I'm going to go down into the pit. You're at one end of a vast hall stretching forward out of sight to the west. There are openings to either side. Nearby, a wide stone staircase leads downward. The hall is filled with wisps of white mist swaying to and fro almost as if alive. A cold wind blows up the staircase. There's a passage at the top of a dome behind you. Rough stone steps lead up to the dome. So I can go down or up is basically where we are. The steps must have come out of the dome space, because there were steps either way. Okay, you're at one end of a vast hall. I'm in a hall. Down those steps into a hall, stretching forward out of sight to the west. So that could still just keep walking down the hall. There are openings to either side. The stone staircase leads downward. It doesn't tell us which direction this is, whether north and south, but let's just go down. You were in the hall of the Mountain King with passages off in all directions. A huge green fierce snake bars the way. What's next? Okay. How do we deal with the snake? What do we have in the inventory? Anything? Got some food, got some water. Got a wicker cage. Oh, it says little bird in cage, so we did put it in the cage. Awesome. Brass lantern, set of keys. I don't have the rod. Oh no, I've got the rod. Okay, so what if I just use magic word? Oh, can I hit the snake? Attacking the snake both doesn't work and is very dangerous. So what we need is some way to lead the snake out. Lead the snake away. Let's go up. Go back to where we were. And then we're going to go up again to that dome and see if there's anything up there that's useful. Oh no, I was right. Okay, go down. Let's see what happens if we just try to go out of sight to the west. You are on the east bank of a fissure, slicing clear across the hall. The mist is quite thick here, and the fissure is too wide to jump. Okay, so we've got to go back. We've got to go back, and we've got to go down. East. And we're going to go down. We've got to deal with this snake. Okay, so how do we deal with this snake? Poke snake? Feed snake? Let's try feeding the snake. I'm game. Would you care to explain how? Okay, we know that the snake is not really going to be into the food. Got a bird. Snakes don't really eat birds. Feed snake bird. Bird. Feed snake. Okay. Open cage. Little bird. Free little bird. What if we drop the cage? Drop bird. Drop bird. The little bird attacks the green snake, and in an astounding flurry drives the snake away. Okay. Can I get the bird again? The bird was unafraid when you entered, but as you approach it becomes disturbed and you cannot catch it. Okay, what if I drop the rod and try it? Drop rod. Get bird. Ah, okay. Got the bird back. Get rod. Okay, now we have, I'm gonna type look. because I feel like we have passages off in all directions. So maybe we're going to go west. No, we're gonna, let's mix it up a little bit. We're gonna go north. You are in a low north-south passage at a hole in the floor. The hole goes down to an east-west passage. There are bars of silver here. Take silver. Okay. So I want this silver. What do we have in our... So we can't carry anything more. You'll have to drop something first. So this is the good note. It means that we currently have a set of keys, brass lantern, wicker cage, black rod, little bird in cage, tasty food, small bottle, water in the bottle. That's 8 items, and I guess that's the maximum of what we can hold. So I'm going to hold on to the food, hold on to the water, definitely the lantern and the keys. I feel like we could do without we could drop the cage. Oops, I didn't drop. Drop cage. Drop. I'm gonna drop the bird. Oh, a little dwarf just walked around a corner, saw you, threw a little axe at you, which missed, cursed, and ran away. That's mean. But also, like, he's just, this just seems like such a half-hearted attempt at anything. He's clearly trying to kill me, but, like, not trying that hard. Okay, so let's take the silver. Okay, and we are in a north-south, actually, let me get the description again. We're in a low north-south passage at a hole in the floor. The hole goes down to an east-west passage. There's a small wicker cage discarded nearby. A cheerful little bird is sitting here singing. There's a little axe here. Oh, take the axe. Okay, go north. Or you are in a large room with a passage to the south, a passage to the west, and a wall of broken rock to the east. There's a large Y2 on a rock in the room's center. Okay, passage to the south is where we just came from because we were going north. That means I can go to the west. I cannot go to the east unless I use the axe maybe to hack through it. There's a large Y2 on a rock in the room's center. Let's go to the west. I wonder what that Y2 could stand for. You're at a low window overlooking a huge pit which extends up out of sight. A floor is indistinctly visible over 50 feet below. Traces of white mist cover the floor of the pit, becoming thicker to the right. Marks in the dust around the window would seem to indicate that someone's been here recently. Directly across the pit from you, and 25 feet away, there's a similar window looking into a lighted room. A shadowy figure can be seen there, peering back at you. The shadowy figure seems to be trying to attract your attention. Okay, you know what? We are going to stop here for now. This seems like a good place. There's some suspense. Who's the shadowy figure? I don't know. But we will find out. Maybe we'll be able to use our magic word soon. We've got an axe. Yeah, this seems like a good place. Oh, looking at the clock here, and it's looking like we are 30 minutes into this live stream. So, yeah, this is an excellent place to stop. So this is part 1. We'll call this part 1, and then we'll come back and we'll do a part 2. And pick it up from where we are now. Nobody joined me, which is completely fine. But who knows? Maybe somebody will join for part 2. All right. See you later.